54% of the people that use MARTA service every day are using MARTA service to go to and from work. Over 10% of the people that use our service every day are using it to go to and from school. Another 10% of the folks are saying that they're trying to do it to wind using MARTA to wind up doing medical appointments, etc. So that's who's using MARTA. 46% of the people who use our services on a daily basis say that if there were no MARTA, that there would not be another way for them to be able to conveniently make that trip. So for me, the economics on MARTA is very clear. It's very clear. So we can go, and I kind of start out and I say this as well. You should be very proud. You should be very proud. Over 35 years ago, Fulton, DeKalb County, City of Atlanta had the vision, and you voted to tax yourself so that we could have a MARTA. Yes. But what I'll tell you is that, and we're going to put to the little parking lot over here, that we have a bit of a celebration this year, because this will be the year, this is the year of the 30th anniversary of rail service. We're going to put that in the parking lot because everything is also a strategic opportunity. Okay? Because what I'm going to tell you, this is the bottom line. We need your active participation. We need an army. We need an army. And we need to go to war. And that is being just as absolutely clear as possible. Right. We need an army. We need the investment in transportation, transit, public transportation, infrastructure, and services to be an issue. Yes. And we need it to be an issue that is not a flavor of the month, that is not dispensable. And my point is, if it's not Bev Scott, if it's not the MARTA Board of Directors, get rid of us. But let's finish building the kind of quality, top-notch transit service and system that this region started out to build 35 years ago and has still not realized the vision. That's right. And I'm being very clear about that. I came to rap on MARTA and the Atlanta region across this industry, and I've been in it for 31 years, is that we choked up. And we got stuck. And we did. Because the lady who's back here who's talking about my good friend Lynette Sweet, who is the chairman of the board in Oakland, at BART was one, there were 3 systems in the United States that were all envisioned and conceptualized around the same time, and they were all heralded as the renaissance of modern rail transit in the United States. MARTA, right here in Atlanta region. BART in San Francisco, and the Washington Metro system in the Washington, D.C. area, and I've had the pleasure to work in them. Okay? All of them were envisioned, conceptualized, designed, thought of, all around the same time. All contemporaries. You look at, run the side by side. Where did they start? What was the vision? How many track miles? What were the number of stations? What was the ridership supposed to be? Yada, 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 yada. You look at all of them. Run them side by side. Every one of the other ones. BART, WMATA. Twice the size plus of MARTA. All of them were supposed to have been roughly about 100-mile systems. They kept building. We got stuck. And we got stuck, and some of the stuck ain't pretty. Because some of the stuck was racism. Let's just call it like it is before I ever came. Before we ever got here, everybody laughing. They told me, you know what MARTA stand for, don't you? Moving African Americans rapidly through Atlanta. Okay? I'm being clear. Okay, so did you know? Okay? And I will be honest, there were some times down at the state legislature this last time, it's like we had signal language going on. And it said, sometimes you say the word MARTA, Negro. MARTA, Negro. I'm being candid. But it's much more complicated than that. We've still got some of that in the background. But more than anything, what's going on is that we have to have a vision. Amen. And close our eyes. And standing on all of those shoulders that got us where we are. And I never forget that it all started on a bus with Rosa Parks. All right. Never forget. Because in all these years, I laugh if you've been in it 31 years. And I like all the whistles and the trains and the hardware and the bridges and the structures and the vehicles. But the reason I stay in this business is because of the fundamental impact that it has on people's daily lives and on the communities that we serve. Where that line goes makes a difference about what communities are going to thrive and prosper and which ones are not. Amen. Whether or not we run that service and we run that service conveniently makes a difference about whether a person can get from point A to point B. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And communities that are great communities, that are world-class communities, they understand that and they fund their public transit systems accordingly. Mm-hmm. And so why was I excited about this region? One, we are stuck, but you know what? This region has also done extraordinary things. And the main thing, I laughed, I said, you know what? All my life, my professional life, I'd come and I didn't even realize how beautiful Atlanta was because most of the time, if you're visiting, a lot of times you see it just from a hotel lobby on Peachtree Street. And you don't know how beautiful all the neighborhoods and everything are. But anyway, I meet people in my lifetime. Some of you. You'd be in meetings and you'd ask somebody, hey, where are you from? I'm from Atlanta. Don't say it like regular, just with a swagger. Your shoulders start moving. And I'm telling you, I don't care whether they're from Cobb, Gwinnett, whatever. When you're outside of this region, everybody's from Atlanta. That's okay? Right. That's right. And I laugh and I say, you know what? This is a region with an attitude and an ego. Not an also ran. You want to be that. Because if you don't believe that you're supposed to be number one, that it's supposed to be a quality system and services, that you're deserving of that, I can assure you, you won't get there. And so for me, then this kind of you look and you say, that's it. This is you had an Olympics. Nobody ever thought that way. A lot of people didn't think that would have happened. We got Hartsfield. And every day, and I never realized this, I mean, I didn't appreciate how much, not being hooky, living in a place like this would mean, from just humility, of really appreciating they weren't gods, but standing where such great people have stood to make it possible for me to be where I am. That's right. There isn't, I can tell you as an African-American female CEO, there is not one other system in this entire United States that I could ever, and that's including D.C., that I could ever work at, that I would be able to have the feeling, the profound feeling of accomplishment, of being able to really make a contribution, do something, and feel very, very good about it. And so it is intensely personal. It's not okay to just be okay. We want to be exceptional, outstanding, and do everything we can to provide for this region and for all the people that are coming behind us the very best that we can to get unstuck, realize the vision, move it forward, and I'm going to tell you,